Hello, everyone, and welcome. Lucy and I are out exploring a walking trail that's close to home. It's a public trail, can't camp on it or anything, but we're just out for a walk for the day, just checking things out. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something. A lot of camping safety videos I see, they're all talking about be careful with your knife, be careful how you use your axe, be careful when you're using your saw. You don't want to cut yourself, you don't want to hurt yourself when you're way back in the woods. A big part of that is not just being careful on how you use things, but be careful on where you walk. And if possible, try to have some form of communication or some kind of plan in case things go wrong. Now, I've been using my Zoleo for about a year now, and I like it. For me, I like the way it works. You don't have to use Zoleo. There's Garmin InReach, there's Spot, and there's a handful of others that'll all do the same thing. You connect to your phone and you can send text messages and keep in touch with people. And they all have an SOS function so that if you get in trouble, you can hit the SOS button, help is on the way. Personally, I like the Zoleo, but use whatever you feel comfortable with. Do your own research and use one that you're comfortable using and that you like and that you're willing to pay for. Now, this is all brought up because a couple of weeks ago I did that hammock camping video, and I've been using this Zoleo for a long time, but I use it for peace of mind. Before I go to sleep at night, I'll send Anne a message just letting her know exactly where I am and that I'm okay, and just to say goodnight. And it's fantastic for that. But that's all I've been using it for. The last time I was out, I filmed that whole camp in my hammock. It was a fantastic weekend. Usually when I turn it on, I'll turn it on and I'll set it somewhere where it's got a very clear line of sight. Well, I set it on a rock. When I go to bed, I turn it off. I bring it into the bed with me, keep it somewhere where it's going to be safe. When I get up in the morning, I always turn it on and leave it somewhere for a while, just in case something happens through the night, they need to get a hold of me for some reason. Packed up the camp, everything was fine, everything was great. Grabbed my pack, off I went. I'm walking away from camp, and I'm a little ways away, and I hear the alert on my phone that I stepped out of range of the Zoleo, which tells me that the Zoleo is not with me. And then I remembered it's still on that rock back at camp. So I walked back to camp, picked up the Zoleo. As I was getting ready to leave, there are two big cracks on that rock, and they go down 4 to 5 feet deep. I've stepped over them a million times in the past years. Never had a problem. This one time, I slipped, my foot went into one of those cracks, and when I fell, my foot popped out, but I scraped my shin for quite a ways. I hit the ground fairly hard. Luckily, the only injury was a scraped shin. I was able to limp my way out of there, and it wasn't a big deal. But it got me thinking. Had my foot gone just a little further into that crack, I could have easily broken a leg. And now I'm out there with a busted leg. I always have a plan set aside with Anne. If I'm not home by a certain time, this is the area I'm in. Come looking for me. But that plan is usually if I'm not home by dark. Because sometimes things happen. You want to stick around a little longer, whatever. So I usually tell her, if I'm not home, I'm coming home on Sunday. If I'm not home by dark, start to think about sending help to come look for me because something's up. Now, having the Zoleo with me, had I fallen and broken my leg and didn't have it, I'd be stuck there till dark before help gets sent to me, and then I'm stuck there God knows how long before they find me. Odds are good they're not going to look for me in the dark. So I'd be there until the following morning. Having the Zoleo, I could have just sent a quick message. I've fallen, my leg's broken, come get me, and it would have only been a matter of an hour or two, and help would have been there. And that is why it's important to keep something like this with you. I've been using it just to say goodnight, say good morning. It's all I've ever needed it for, and I'm thankful for that. But to be safe, it's handy to have. Like I said, if I'd have fallen and not had it, I'd have been there overnight. Having it, I'd have been there a couple of hours. Big difference there. So I'm very glad I have it, and I'm very glad I use it. And I'm hoping that any of you that are going out solo have something similar. It doesn't have to be this one. As long as it's something similar, some way to communicate, and some kind of plan so that even having this, if I would have fallen and dropped it and it went somewhere that I couldn't use it anymore, or I happened to smash it on the rock and it's busted, there's still that plan with Anne where at dark, yes, okay, I would have to spend the night, but I would still have that plan and I would still know that help is coming at some point. But that's the whole point of doing this video. I want you all to stay safe when you're out there, especially when you're going solo. I bring it when Anne comes with me. If we run into trouble, I can still message my brothers or my sisters or somebody to come and help us out. But it's especially important when I'm out by myself. That little trip really sent it home to me because that's when I realized, yeah, by myself, it's not always, oh, I slipped with the axe, or oh, I cut myself with the knife and I'm bleeding severely, or sometimes it's just a matter of tripping over a stump, slipping on a rock and falling down. You never know what it can be. So be careful. Is it going to stop me from going back out on solo trips? No. I'm hoping to get back out soon. But it just kind of reminds you to be a little more mindful when you're out there by yourself. Be careful. Don't take any unnecessary chances. And always, always carry some form of communication or have some kind of plan in place. So that's going to be it for this video. It's just a short little video this week. I just wanted to give you all a reminder to stay safe out there, especially when you're out by yourself. I want to thank you all for coming along. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, you may as well hit the notification bell. When you do, there'll be a drop-down menu. In that menu, select all. That should let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.